I was just speaking to this officer who tells me that right now this is the busiest and most dangerous time of day. So if you're heading up 99 or down 99, if this is your route this morning, give yourself some extra time. People are really just crawling through this water. If you live in this area, you're going to see it. The train is coming back to Hamilton City about 2 times a week. But here's what you're not going to see. So right now this is 4th Street here, an area where the rails run right through the roadway. Notice there are no crossing rails, there's no flashing lights. Everybody who comes out here, who drops a quarter, a dime, a 10, a 20 in the bucket, who are they helping?
So this goes to help the local community.
You're going to actually be probably surprised at how many different ways you can do this just within your own home. So here's one. If you're doing laundry, make sure you have a full load. Don't do these little half loads because you're going to be using the same amount of water. And also, another good thing is to turn your thermostat down. So right now, hot, well, first of all, in the washer, you can turn it to cool. But even on your water heater, if you turn that thermostat down, okay, your showers aren't going to be quite as warm, but it could make a really big difference for you on your energy bill. I got as far as the Skyway and Wagstaff, and here's an example of how this fire just kind of jumps around. So take a look over this way. This is a Chevron station right at Wagstaff, and you can see this building. I mean, it's just completely destroyed. And I know that something that people just love about what you guys do is very extensive training to be able to go beyond fire lines sometimes and get animals out when people aren't allowed back into their homes. Have you been able to do that to any extent?
Yeah.
And then I ran into Rebecca here, who you're a Chico resident, right? And you're just doing everything you
Chico,
can.
yes.
This is new this morning. A 16-year-old student from Hamilton City is behind bars. It is Friday, and if you're heading to a holiday party this weekend, we have an appetizer that'll give you rave reviews. Public service must just be in their blood for one Yolo County family with 4 generations of firefighters keeping the community safe. It's 2 days since Christmas, and if you're not sure what to do with your Christmas tree, well, there's a tree company in Gridley that will do the job free of charge. And hopefully it'll be a nice dry day out there tomorrow.
Well, good luck with that. Keep an umbrella for tomorrow, I'll tell you that
That's
right
right.
now.
I'm sure surely be a wet one for the next few days to come. What you need to know is grab your gloves, maybe your scarf, grab your jacket. It's going to be a cold one out there, but it's going to be a dry one as well and nice and sunny. Let's take a look at temperatures across the North State. We're going to see these clouds start to roll in Thursday evening into Friday, so towards the end of the week, a little bit warmer conditions and cloudier skies out there. This storm system makes its way across the North State. Well, you're looking at the tail end of daylight for your Wednesday afternoon. This is Oroville right now, and temperatures are starting to drop. We're seeing 50s across most of the valley, but in Oroville already 48 degrees. Humidity's doing pretty good, 61%, and winds calm out of the south, less than 5 miles per hour in the Oroville area. So all across the North State, we're down to the 40s now. 49 in Redding is about as warm as we're seeing it. In the mountains, inching closer to that freezing mark. Susanville right now 36, 42 degrees in Quincy. Let's take a look at your day tomorrow before we start to talk about that stormy weekend ahead for us. So Trinity, Siskiyou counties, keep in mind, if you're heading out on the roads early, we're looking at chances of freezing fog before we clear out and see that sunshine. So that can mean reduced visibility, and it also can mean some slick road conditions. So give yourself some extra time headed to work or school or whatever that might be. Starting out chilly, 28 in Mount Shasta, but warming up to the mid-40s for your high. Across the Sierra, even colder, teens in Susanville, 18 degrees overnight, warming up to the 40s, but we'll see calm conditions in terms of wind, and we'll see plenty of sunshine by your afternoon. Across the ridge, winds out of the northeast, 5 to 10 miles per hour, starting chilly but not too terribly bad. 35 in Paradise and warming up to the low 50s, nice and sunny by the afternoon as well. And in the North Valley, freezing in Red Bluff will be your overnight low, and will warm up to the mid-50s as well. Mid-Valley below freezing is a little bit chillier to the south, 34 in Oroville, but Chico 31 degrees, so plan on grabbing a coat. Prepare for a very cold start to your Thursday morning before we warm up just to the mid-50s. So similar temperatures to what you saw today, but calmer winds out there. Okay, so as we head into the weekend, this is what you need to keep in mind. We'll see these clouds start to roll in tomorrow afternoon. You'll notice that into Friday. The first band of moisture will probably hit before you wake up on Saturday morning. We're seeing rain across the valley. We're seeing snow in the mountains, probably up to 1 inch to 2 inches of rain at most for your Saturday. The same on Sunday, and Sunday we'll see winds pick up as well between these 2 separate bands of moisture. And we're not done yet. We're continuing to see rain and snow in the mountains Monday, Tuesday, and potentially even into Wednesday.
I saw a huge plume of smoke over Paradise, and I thought to myself, this is going to be a bad day.
From a bad day to this. What you're looking at is body cam footage of what Deputy Aaron Parmley believed to be the last moments of his life.
I've never been in a situation before like I was that day. Never. Not once.
It wasn't just self-preservation that kept the Butte County Sheriff's deputy moving when the campfire roared out of Pulga and swept across the foothills.
I had 3 nurses in the back seat and then a nurse and a CHP officer in the front seat of my car. And when I jumped into my car, I noticed something was wrong.
Their only choice was to run.
Couldn't see very far. It hurt to breathe. Embers were landing in our hair and hurting really bad.
Through luck or maybe a miracle, a bulldozer came along. Can we get in? But the escape was just the beginning. Parmley went back to get people out of Magalia, stopping just once on a personal rescue mission before the campfire took his home.
I grabbed this jacket. I grabbed my cats. I have 2 cats. And I grabbed a blanket and an old sheriff's office hat. I never noticed that I was hungry. Never noticed I was hungry. I never noticed that I was thirsty. I was too focused on what am I doing next. I kind of had to just get through it. I couldn't not do anything because I have to evacuate Magalia. I have to evacuate Paradise. I have a job to do.
Sounds impossible, but his reaction is a common one.
Getting through the first 24, 36 hours, it didn't really faze anybody in regards to like, oh, I need to think about my food, my hydration, or anything like that, because it was so fast-paced. It's when you're going into day 3, day 4, and especially that initial toll coming off the next day of seeing that extreme amount of devastation. Day 3 is when you definitely start to need to start talking to everybody.
At one point, after they'd been on for about 3 weeks, we had to start thinking about ordering them to take days off. That was an interesting thing because none of them wanted to leave. They all wanted to stay working. They all wanted to keep coming to work and doing the job. They're committed to this community.
More than 100 first responders kept saving lives, saving homes, all the while knowing their own were gone.
We had to watch out for each other, had to keep an eye on each other, and where someone might be having some difficulty, we needed to intervene to see what we could do to take care of them. We put a team together internally to start helping those individuals secure first short-term housing and then longer-term housing to start dealing with some of the immediate financial needs, as well as some of the basic necessities of life, like food and clothing and things like that.
Some firefighters tell me the best way to cope with the trauma is to keep talking about it. Looking death in the face, walking away from a life reduced to ash, I asked first responders, is this really what you signed up for?
We made a commitment to the community that when we took this job, that we would come on and do everything we possibly can. And being a firefighter is more of a calling than a job. So it's not that you're forced to do it, it's because you want to do it.
We're no longer running on adrenaline. I think we're running on commitment. Commitment to this community, commitment to doing the best job that we possibly can.
I, to this day, have never had a second thought about this career that I've chosen. In fact, I to this day cannot think of anything that I would rather do.
Hayley Watts, Action News Now.